moving sailboat. I've seen this a few times, and it's actually fairly simple. Um, Really, all you need is a few key props. The most important thing about each prop is that it spins from the center. You may have to scale things up quite large, but the key is going to come down to the type of props you use, how you scale them, the type of textures you put on them, and the kind of animations you put around the boat. My suggestion would be, honestly, to just go buy the layouts that I've seen people that have them available, because to make it really nice, it's going to take quite a bit of work. But if you want to give it a shot yourself, I will quickly run down how you do it. So, basic first thing you're going to need is your little center island. So you're going to need to be able to pop out of a Zaby, and there's tons of information on forums, so I won't go over that. But you're going to need at least a decent amount of space. You're going to want to mark your center point, which is what this big old gray thing is right here. And it is at 50,000, 50,000, 50,000. Okay, so you want to mark that first. And we're going to just do a half sphere. Printed half sphere. And then each time I bring in a new prop, first thing I want to do is make sure I put it on my center point. Oops. I'm going to slap a texture on it. Now, two things. You can technically kind of add textures as you go, or not textures. You can put the rotations on things as you go if you want, but I don't recommend doing that because it's going to make it difficult to work with everything. So let's scale this. I don't remember where I had it at. I think I had it. Maybe. This seems about right. And let's do 5. Whoop, too big. I'll leave it at 2 for now. I'm going to add in the water. Let's see. First thing I need to do is make it transparent so it will show up a little bit better. Also make it double-sided and attach animated texture, do water, and then we're going to do 50,000 if I can count. On this one we're going to do 50,000. We don't really need it to go too high. I'll do 200. And then we're going to do, there we go. And then I'm going to make the floor beneath me invisible so I don't get that weird. Does that work? Yeah, okay. And then now I'm going to make this other one super big because I don't like tiny water. So I'm going to 25, 25. There we go. And then we're going to do some fish tank rocks. And again, 50,000. And then scale the crap out of it. I think 9 was the magic number for me, and then I think it did something like that. And then just drop it down. I'm gonna go down to 8. There we go. Next, we're gonna do one's fun because it's annoying to work with. But the miscellaneous flower tube. Alright, so first things first, we're going to make it texture translucent. At least throw it up to 51, depending on the texture you're going to use. You may need to go higher or lower, just depends. I'm going to do texture double-sided, and I believe that's going to be it. We can leave it unlit or lit. It's kind of hard to change the lighting on that one. Let me get my texture really quick. This one's an okay texture. That's, again, like I said, the key to a good setup of this is time and patience, and this is just a down and dirty mechanics of it, so it's not going to be pretty. And this, and position 50. And then we're going to scale the crap out of it. I think I did 65. And then I did 20. That's pretty close. And then we're going to lift this up a bit. More even. Because I still need to put in the sand on the outside. Now the sand on the outside was actually really tricky for me to figure out, and I'm pretty sure I still didn't figure out exactly how they did it. There's a few different props that I've seen that they could use, but the easiest was the primitive torus. If I can spell, which apparently I can't. Okay. And then this is another one that likes to act funky and weird, but it will rotate from the center, so not to worry. And then I had to scale the bejesus out of this one. Even more, oh for goodness gracious. Okay, I think I'll actually even go more. And then I'm going to do just enough to give it some kind of fatness to it. See how it's like lifting as I scale it? It's another hinky one that acts all weird. Maybe 10? That seems about right. So now I need to do 49,500. Let's start with that. Woo. 48,500. 47,500. That seems okay. There we go. Let me get the texture. Alright, I think actually I need to make it a little bit bigger. Yep. Oop, too far. And feeling good. That works. You get the point. Okay, so this is another reason why miscellaneous flower tube pain in the balls. It likes to go up, and it just acts hinky. So I gotta go all the way up here just to grab it. There we go. Drop back down. And drop it down till it hits the sand. pretty good. Okay, so that's the basic of it. And of course, you have your boat. So let's do that. So let's scale it up so it can actually get in the boat. Make sure we're not going to actually hit the rocks when the rocks come around. So I'm going to go put it in. Wait, there should be, yep, there should be some right here. This will work. All right. And I'm going to drop it in the water until it's sitting just above. Oh, wait, no. Okay. Oop, too far. Okay, and then to stand on it, obviously you would put, you know, court floors or something like that in there. We'll do that, I guess. Let's see. Try not to make this ginormously long. There we go. Okay, so to make everything look like you are actually moving, there's more involved, but this is the basic mechanics. Have the stuff that spins on the center, and then all you need to do is, let's start off with the water itself. We're going to throw a second script on it. We are going to make it go, I want to say counterclockwise. Yep, that's the one. It spins like out of control at first, but then dropping it way, way down. So let's go with 0.03. It's a nice, lazy jaunt. And then literally all you do is apply that same exact rotation and script and do that to everything else. So we're going to go through here, fish tank rocks. Counterclockwise. 0.02. Oh, too slow. 0.03. Am I going to hit the rock? I put it. Cutting it close, but I don't think we're going to hit the rock. Yay. Alright, that one's done. Primitive half sphere, script number 2. And then we do 0.03. Release. Surface water's done. Miscellaneous flower tube, script number 2. And then nothing that you're actually going to stand on is going to rotate or anything like that. And that's pretty much all there is to it. You can do other little things like you could add some like little splashes. So let's see. Added. Do made a texture and a little bit closer to the surface. Just like little stuff like that will go a really long way. Actually, probably should make this a little bit brighter. But yeah, you get the point. Like the little details and stuff like that, the textures you put on things, the amount of stuff, the amount of effort you put into it is all going to be prove how good it actually is. So you can see actually when I'm walking around, you can kind of tell that really nothing's the boat is not itself is not moving, but when you're on the boat stationary, it looks great. So hopefully this is helpful, and hopefully I didn't go on too terribly long for it, and hopefully this helps.